Start for the plugin timeline marker groups. So here we've got like a simple scene, no markers at all. Why might marker groups be interesting? This is just a simple scene I knocked up. For a plugin I've got in development. So what's cool about this is maybe I would like to try out using different kinds of cameras. So I've already got a bunch of marker groups established. Let's look at cam tests. Let's load it and we'll have a look. So what happens is the timeline markers are already in place so that I can change cameras. And now it goes to this is part of my Steadicam rig plugin, which is in production at the moment. So I'm checking this out. So I get 3 camera changes here, which seems pretty cool, but maybe it's not exactly what I want. So let's stop that. Let's just select all the groups, select all, and press X here. Let's load in a different one. I've got a different one here, this cam test. Let's just go straight with the Steadicam. So with the Steadicam, I'll just be in the Steadicam for the whole time. So let's see what happens. Whoa, we can come in, and so we got a completely different setup. So what this plugin allows us to do is it allows us to be creative with camera setups for one thing. So that's cool. But then how many times are you like scrubbing through the timeline once you've got cameras mounted to the timeline, but you don't want to be using it anymore? You want to focus on modeling or an animation, but the cameras are still like, you can't scrub the animation because the cameras are set up. So it's annoying. So what this lets you do is it lets you just say, okay, let's grab this, delete it, and then let's load in, like for example, the modeling, just do a modeling setup. Let's just delete this cam here. Now there's a delete button here too, but this deletes the group, not the marker. So it's best, it's pretty easy. If you need a button, you can just say select, and it'll select all the guys up here, and you just press X down here. Let's bring in the model, and here I am in like a modeling camera. So it lets me work in this space. Now if I want to come back, I can just say load this one, and I'm back in the Steadicam again. But the modeling one's still there. Let's load that, and so I'm back modeling. Or I can, maybe I'm going into maybe I've got a bunch of animation that I've done, and I need to like check out animation. So I'm not worried about cameras here. Maybe these are timing markers so that I can time animation out better. So here also, I'm not changing cameras. I'm just like looking at stuff. I mean, it's really, really useful. Maybe I want to go back to the modeling with the same camera in this case. Steadicam. We're back in the Steadicam. Or no, let's go back to the actual cinematic production, quote unquote, where we come out and then we cut to the Steadicam for a more dramatic look. So it really lets us do a whole bunch of cool stuff like this. Awesome. And of course, the big thing here is we can export the groups. So we can export this out. Let me call this cams, and I guess I'll just copy this here since it's an easy place to export marker groups. And what's cool about this is if I create a new scene, or if I create a new file, import groups, and I can bring them in. And here's all the groups in the different scene, and they're here. Awesome. Now the cameras are not here. If you're working between scenes, that's not a big deal because you can come here, you can select all the cameras, cams, I think that's all. Let's grab that one too. Well, let's grab all of these, and you can just say object and link them over to the other scene. Link to scene 1. And so now when you go over to scene 1, lo and behold, here are the cameras. I think we've got to be inside one first so we can see it. Let's go inside our camera. There we go. And so now we're rolling, cutting the cameras, and going into the next one too. Of course, the scene's not here, but this opens up all kinds of opportunities. For example, I like to do like text in a different scene, but you want to have the cameras, and what that allows you to do is it allows you to do text treatments without motion blur or without depth of field, which you might have some settings that you want for the actual scene, but if you're doing text overlays, you might want a completely different treatment. So with this setup, you can have the same cameras with the same animation, and those are linked. So if you change the animation here, it will change it in the other scene too. It's really powerful. But you couldn't do it now because we didn't have marker groups. So this is kind of the quick start. There's a few more other things it does, but that's it basically.